I arrived at Christmas dinner at my parents' house, and my mom threatened to call the cops on me. Don't you dare walk in here like nothing happened. We need to deal with this right now. Everyone at the table went still. My dad, my older brother Derek, and my two kids, Noah and Lily, all staring at me like I'd just kicked a dog on the way in. Mom's hands were shaking. She pointed toward the hallway, and I already knew this wasn't going to be a normal holiday. We went to the back room. She slid her phone across the dresser toward me. A series of screenshots, text messages, supposedly from my number, sent to my son Noah over the past 2 months. I skimmed them. Cruel stuff, calling him useless, telling him he was the reason my marriage fell apart, saying I wished he'd never been born. My throat closed up. I've never sent anything like that to my son. Not once. Not even close. That's not me, I said. Those aren't real. Mom's eyes filled with tears. Noah showed your father last night. He's been carrying this for weeks. He was too scared to say anything. He's 16 years old, and his own father has been tearing him apart over text message. I haven't, I said. I'm telling you, those are fake. I would never talk to Noah like that, ever. Derek stepped in from the doorway. The timestamps match, he said. The number matches. What exactly are we supposed to think? That Noah fabricated an entire abusive conversation for fun? I asked to see Noah. Mom said he didn't want to be in the same room as me. I asked to at least see the actual phone, the original thread, not screenshots. Derek said that was a deflection tactic. My dad, who'd been quiet the whole time, finally spoke. He said he'd spent 40 years making sure his kids knew they were loved, and that he didn't understand how I'd turned out the way I had. That one landed like a stone. I stepped outside to get air. My hands were shaking. I kept trying to think through it logically. Someone had my number. Someone had mocked up those messages well enough to fool my entire family. My phone buzzed. It was a text from my ex-wife's husband, Marcus. He's an accountant, quiet guy, never inserts himself into anything. The message just said, "Call me when you can. It's about Noah." I called him immediately. He told me he'd been trying to reach me for an hour. Earlier that week, he'd come home early and found Noah at the kitchen table with his laptop open, using some app Marcus didn't recognize. He'd glanced at the screen and seen what looked like a phone interface, a fake messaging template. He hadn't thought much of it at the time. Then, that morning, after Noah left for my parents' place, Marcus noticed the browser history hadn't been cleared. The app was called something like SMS Faker or Spoof Chat, one of those. He'd screenshotted the browser tab before it closed. I walked back inside and asked everyone to sit down. I told them what Marcus had just told me. Derek scoffed. Mom looked uncertain. Dad didn't move. I pulled up Marcus's screenshot on my phone and passed it around. The app, the timestamp from 2 days ago. Noah's Google account still signed into the laptop browser. Noah had come downstairs at some point. He was standing at the edge of the hallway when I looked up. He saw the phone in my dad's hand, and something in his face shifted. Not guilt, exactly. More like the specific look of someone watching a plan come apart. He sat down when I asked him to. I didn't yell. I just asked him why. He was quiet for a long time. Then he said he wanted to live with his mom full time, and thought if my family believed I was abusive, I wouldn't fight a custody change. He said he didn't think it would go this far. He thought I'd just agree to let him go. The room was completely silent. My mom reached over and put her hand on mine. My dad didn't say anything for a while. Then he said, quietly, that he owed me an apology. Derek said the same. But here's the thing nobody talks about when this kind of thing happens. The apology lands differently than the accusation. They believed it instantly and completely. The correction took work, required evidence, depended on luck, a man coming home early, an unclosed browser tab. Noah went back upstairs. Lily hadn't said a word the entire time. Before I left, she hugged me in the doorway and whispered that she was sorry she hadn't said anything. Said she'd seen Noah on his laptop that night, but didn't know what he was doing. I drove home alone. Marcus texted again to check in. I thanked him and stared at the road. I'm not angry at Noah the way you might expect. He's a teenager who wanted something and grabbed the sharpest tool he could find. What scares me is how close it came to working. Another few hours, and there would have been a formal complaint. Another few weeks, and it would have been in front of a judge. The screenshots would have been Exhibit A, and I would have been standing there with nothing but my word. He wanted to live with his mom. He could have just asked me.